Good morning, learners. Today we will learn about waterborne diseases, but I do believe Mr. Albanas captured it. So let us just revise it a little bit, and then we can now have some questions at the end of our lesson. Now we look at waterborne disease. Now, waterborne diseases, these are diseases that are found in water. Waterborne diseases are diseases that are found in water. Now, a person can get diseases when drinking water, that contaminated water, or walking in that water, or swimming in it, so that a person can get the diseases. Now, the diseases can be transmitted through waterborne disease, through water, and that is what is called waterborne diseases. Now, these are diseases that can be transmitted. These are diseases that can be transmitted through water, and that is why their name are called. That's why it is called waterborne diseases. Now, waterborne diseases, we can get waterborne diseases through. Now, we can get waterborne diseases through one, when we are walking in water, we are swimming, walking in water, two, swimming, and three, lastly, when we are drinking contaminated water. But all these one will be when water is contaminated. When water is contaminated. Now, contaminated water, it means contaminated means, this means water that has germs. This means water that has what? That has germs. Now, let us see the types. The diseases that are found in water. Water which contain germs is called contaminated water. Now we can get the diseases that are found here. Can get cholera. We have type of diseases found in water. Now let us see this type of diseases found in water. Now, one, we have cholera. I believe you did it with Mr. Albanas. Now let us just have a revision over them. Now, we have types of diseases found in water. Diseases found in water. One, we have cholera. Now, cholera, when we look at cholera, cholera is caused by germs found in contaminated water. Now, it is especially common when there is a flood, water gets into contamination with the human feces. Now, for example, we realize that when in the field, if there is this one mostly happen during the olden days when people are in Bara, you can also share this with your guardian, your parent. During the olden days, whereby when in their country there was no latrines, no toilets and the rest, so people used to go in the bushes, go short call, leave their feces in the bush. So we realized then when rain comes, the rain will carry all the feces and put them into take them to the river or to the lake or to the dam where water can be collected. Now from there all those feces are there. So then people tend to do what? To swim, or somebody can drink that water. And remember, when somebody is swimming, when you are swimming, some water also gets into your body, maybe through the nose, mouth, or the pores of your body. Now you can also get it. That is now how cholera can easily spread. Now the germs passes through drinking water. Now we also have flies. Flies, that is the house fly. For example, if I am a child, if a child maybe has gone for long haul, maybe outside, make sure there is proper disposal of waste. If not, then the flies will go to the feces and then carry it to the food. That is also somebody can get cholera. So here there must be proper disposal of waste. Now let us see the signs and symptoms of cholera. Now for you to know that somebody, this person, he or she has a cholera. One, there is violent diarrhea. There is violent diarrhea with mucus, hence the name rice water. Violent diarrhea. Somebody diarrhea a lot. There is violent diarrhea. There is vomiting occur in most cases. Not in most cases somebody vomits. Then you can say is diarrhea, and the diarrhea in rice water. I don't know whether you know rice water. We have rice water. This one, somebody, it's stool that mixed with water, and there are very there is little of feces and much water. That is what called the rice water. Now, severe abdominal pain. There is a lot of pain that you experience. The disease develops rapidly and lead to dehydration due to loss of large amount of water. So, when you have seen somebody with all these signs and symptoms, please don't wait. Rush that person to the nearest health facility. Now, if untreated, death may occur within 24 hours. So it is a very dangerous disease because somebody can die within 24 hours, which means within a day, somebody is gone. Now, how do you prevent this? One, for us to prevent this, as I said, there must be proper disposal of feces or of waste. For example, of human feces, there must be proper disposal of them. Ensure that there is pit latrine. If there is toilet, then you flush the toilet. I've realized that there are some people or younger brothers or sisters, they do not flush the toilet very well. So you can also guide them or help them to do that. Or if the parents are also, for example, they have gone out, they are out for their job, so you are there with the young ones, please make sure there must be proper disposal of feces or waste. That must be done. There is washing hand with soap after visiting toilet. Hand must be washed with soap after visiting the toilet. As you know now, we have a pandemic of corona, the COVID-19, so that also must be taken into account. Thorough washing of food eaten raw. So if you have the fruits, you must wash them. Thorough washing, not just you pass water over them. No, there must be thorough washing of fruits. Now, boil or treating water with domestic use, such as to kill germs that might be in it. You must boil that water to kill germs. And then wearing of protective clothes such as rubber gloves and the gumboots when handling stagnant water. So if there is any stagnant water, please don't play those stagnant water. Or if the young ones are playing stagnant water, please try to drain the stagnant water. And how do you drain them? Before you drain them, make sure you have protective boots or gloves in your hands. Put together. Then let us go to typhoid. Typhoid is number 2. So under typhoid, let us see how is this typhoid. Typhoid is also a serious waterborne disease that affects the intestines. So this one, remember what I said about the cholera. Cholera do not affect the intestines. Typhoid affects the intestines. How is this one happening? Now we realize it is caused by germs found in contaminated water. How is this germs? This one now, let us see. Now a person may get typhoid fever after eating food or drink water contaminated with feces or urine from the typhoid carrier. Water which is contaminated with feces, urine, contaminated with sewage or spread typhoid very quickly. For example, if one person has typhoid and then this person has urinated on water and then somebody drink that water, the typhoid virus, the typhoid germs will enter in that person and then you can have it because they are found in the intestines. Or if the feces of that person enters in the water, in the water, that makes water to be contaminated, and then when you take it, automatically you will have the typhoid. Now let us see the signs and symptoms. We have the typhoid fever may develop. We have fever may develop abdominal pain because it affects the intestines. We also have the itches in the muscles and joints. So you feel that there is itching and the joints and the muscles. Skin rash. When somebody has skin rash because of it has affected the intestine. Diarrhea and vomiting may be minimal or absent. Why? Remember the challenge that we have here in cholera, mostly there is diarrhea, rice water and vomiting in most cases. But in typhoid, it is not common. So you must differentiate the two. Then we have how to prevent typhoid. Typhoid, we have drinking water that has been boiled or treated. So that is also applied in both. Eating vegetable and other foods which has been thoroughly washed and cooked also apply in both. That is, wash your hand with soap before eating. So there must also be proper washing of hand. Disposal of feces properly must be done. Then keep toilet and latrine clean. This one is also very much important. Keep toilet and latrine clean. After you have used the toilet, make sure it is clean. Don't just use it and then you leave it the way. Make sure it is clean. Now let us go to the third one. The third one called blasia. Now under this, blasia is a rectal waterborne disease caused by worms. Now, blasia is a waterborne disease that is caused by blasia worms. Now, the worms are first found in human beings. So the worms are found in the human beings. Then they enter into a water fresh nail. How do they enter into a water fresh nail? What do I mean by water fresh nail? For example, you have I don't know whether you have seen this one. Where there is a stagnant water, you can find there is some snails. The snails. So those snails. So remember, the blasia worms are found in somebody. So if somebody urinates in that water, then the eggs, that is the larvae, we call them the larvae. The larvae smell, and then they spread into freshwater snail. then later pass through contaminated fresh water. Now look at this, how blasia worms are spread. I want you to listen to this. Now, a person suffering from blasia normally pass out eggs. So when a person is suffering from blasia, pass out eggs. And when the eggs are passed, they pass out eggs contain blasia worms. He or she, through urine or feces. Now, if the eggs are passed into water through urine or feces, they hatch into larvae. They hatch into larvae. Sorry. Larva. This is A. They hatch into larvae. Now, larvae, this one, after we have the, first of all, we have the eggs. Then they hatch into larvae. This one, they come to worms. So, remember, first of all, they are in eggs. After they have entered, somebody urinates or remove, have feces, the feces have eggs. Then eggs will enter into the freshwater snail. Then here is when they will hatch into larvae. After hatching into larvae, they become worms. Now when they are worms now, so if somebody steps on that water, so if you step in the water and then now you will get the worms will get into your body through the small spores in your body. So be very careful at home when you are handling stagnant water. Remember what I said, when you are handling stagnant water or you want to drain stagnant water, make sure you have the gumboots and you have the gloves. In that the water cannot get into contact with your body. Now, so we realize after the worms enter into your body, then they will go to the intestines. After they have gone into the intestine, then they start developing, and then when they are fully mature, then they releases the eggs. Now the eggs will go through the feces, some will go through the urine, and then they will come out. And remember, you must also be treated. That is when these worms will get out of your body. Because to you, after they have developed in your body, then they also release the eggs. The eggs are released and coming outside. So when somebody urinates somewhere on a stagnant water, you came into contact with that stagnant water, contaminated water, then you also get it. So make sure, be very careful. Now let us see the signs and symptoms. How do you know that this person has blasia or? Now look at this. We have signs and symptoms. Swimmer itches. So when you like swimming in water, then you find that after you have swum, now you start itching yourself. More so which is the bowel and the bladder. The bowel, that is so swimmer itches. So this one means that where the swimmer itches bladder and the bowel. Now find that somebody kuna sana. So we realize the skin rash worms can also develop. There are also skin rash, fever after about a week. Why is fever about a week? Because the eggs are released in the water. After the eggs have been released, then they hatch into larvae. All this process, then when they are worms, now when you come in contact with your body, when you come in contact with the stagnant water, then they get into your body. Then for them to develop, they take around 14 weeks. And then after they have developed, then they start now releasing the what? The eggs also. So you must also be treated. Diarrhea may develop. It is not a must that you must diarrhea, but it may in some cases. Cough also may develop in some cases. There is blood in the urine and also blood in the stool. So when you see that somebody has blood in the urine, or in most cases blood in the stool, then automatically you now say, oh, this person has a what? Blasia. Now, how can you prevent this? We have seen the symptoms. We want also to see how it is being prevented. No. You, as I said, wear the protective clothes. That is the gumboots and the gloves when handling stagnant water or going to a pool. Now, put on gloves when working in water. That is I say, kill water snails using chemicals. So if there is a stagnant water, for example, we have a stagnant water, if there is a stagnant water here, and we have the fresh water snail. These are snails now. These are snails. So these snails, please try to kill them with the chemical. Why? Because if somebody now, the feces or the urine comes into this water, remember they have the eggs, the blasia eggs, and these eggs, they are looking for a place to hatch, and they will go into the freshwater snail. And if the freshwater snail is not there, then automatically they won't hatch into larvae. Are you together? Yes. So now that is why if there is stagnant water, make sure you. This one also can happen in the pool. For example, those who have pools at home. I don't know whether you have a swimming pool at home. So if you have swimming pool at home, or if you have seen one, you find that if it is not being used for quite some time, then we treat that one as a stagnant water. And then so you find that you can find some snails, water snails there. If the water snails are there, that is very dangerous. So make sure the water snails are being killed, all of them. Okay. Now always use latrines and toilets to pass stool or urine. Always do that. This. Now drain stagnant water, and lastly observe cleanliness at all times. Observe cleanliness at all times. Now that is the end of our lesson, because I was rushing, just giving you a headlight on this because you had done it before I was told. So I'm going to give you some questions about it. Then you see on what to do next week on Tuesday. Let us get prepared for our new topic that is under soil. May God bless you and have a lovely day. Thank you.